Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and as you can see, I am not at AMC Town Square or with Mr. James Shue because I was actually out of town during our private premiere screening at AMC Town Square for The Girl on a Train. However, don't worry, I'm going to be reviewing it right now. Girl on a Train was directed by Tate Taylor, adapted by the novel from Paula Hawkins. A movie that I've actually been really anticipating, hoping for a really, really great thriller. And as you know, if you've been watching my 365-day movie challenge, if you haven't, click those wide-eye. A bunch of links will drop down, fill you in. I'm watching only horror and thriller movies. Well, not only, but for my challenge, I'm counting only horror and thriller movies for the month of October. So I was excited to start off this month with a really strong thriller. A movie that would keep me guessing and really take me to the edge. And The Girl on the Train is a good movie. It's just not great. And I think the fact that it disappointed me is what's making me less on the focusing on the good part of the movie. I think right off the bat, you have two really, really great performances in this movie. Emily Blunt is phenomenal as her role as the lead character, Rachel. The way she handles playing this drunk, lost, and very damaged character is unbelievable. I mean, just the looks in her eyes as we're on this train with her or we're in her home, and just when she is like clinging on to alcohol for life. I mean, it is unbelievable how well she portrayed that. You also have Haley Bennett on the other hand, who is very, very good and plays this character that is manipulative, but constantly manipulated, and who's just, her emotions are all over the place. And she also does really, really well. I mean, I really enjoyed watching her in this movie. But to be honest, Emily Blunt's performance was just, it blew me away. I think the movie looks good, but the movie's problem lies within the story. Now, let me get this out. I've not read The Girl on the Train book by Paula Hawkins. I don't need to read The Girl on the Train book because I'm judging a movie. And I don't mean that to come across like, oh, I don't need to read this, or snobby or anything. But my judgment of this movie should only be about this movie and not what the book is. If a character is good in a book, that doesn't make that character good in the movie. I'll give you an example. If you've ever seen a film that's not good, that's based off of a book, and someone says, you have to read the book to understand, guess what? Then the movie's not good. The movie has failed to do its job, and I think that's the problem with Girl on the Train. It's not necessarily character development, but it's just the lack of, I'm sure, what keeps the pages turning in that novel, and that's the mystery. This movie's problem is that most of us, and I actually believe most audiences, and I'm not saying us critics who see hundreds of movies or you have to be some sophisticated film viewer, I think any audience member will understand where the movie is going at about the halfway mark. They are able to put the two and two together and figure out this mystery that we have on The Girl on the Train. And the sad part is, the second half of the movie is just waiting for it to catch up. The audience is just sitting there, we're waiting for the movie to get to the conclusion that we've reached an hour ago. And I think that is what slows this movie down. I think a lot of people are going to say I didn't like The Girl on the Train because it was slow, because of the pacing. And I don't mind a slow burn. I love a slow burn. I love something that drags out and then just hits you as hard as it can. But that's not the case here. It feels slow because we're waiting for the movie to catch up with us. And that's a problem. I don't know what it was like in the book, but in this movie, I was really intrigued for the first half. And like I said, this is a good movie. It's not a bad movie. But when that second half comes around and this revelation happens in the movie that essentially puts the pieces together for us as well. I think that audiences will guess it. But then the movie does kind of really propose it to us, and then the movie still hasn't come to like, oh, now we're here. It still makes us go through a lot of these tedious things to get to where everyone in the audience knows we're going. And I don't mean that to sound tongue-tied or confusing, but that's the truth. And I think that's what really affects the momentum of this movie and kind of lets us leave unsatisfied. It's like, I always use food references, and I know Shu's going to laugh because I'm always talking about food. It's like going to a restaurant, eating a meal, ordering a meal, a little appetizer, and it's really good. But you're like, man, I'm really hungry still, and I'm really kind of bummed. The moment you walk out of the restaurant, you're just thinking like, wow, what a waste, because I'm still really hungry. That's how I feel leaving Girl on the Train. What I had was good, but I wanted more. I wasn't satisfied. And I think that is the major downfall with Girl on the Train. Now again, beautifully shot. I think the performances are good. Some of the effects in the movie are weird. There's some CGI shots that are a bit off. And I think some of these characters are interesting, but I also think some of these characters are who they are to be convenient for the plot. Let me elaborate. So here's my major issue, what I mean by when I say that they're doing things that are convenient to the plot. A character might be this type of person the entire movie, but completely change when it's necessary to throw a curve for the movie. If said character acted a particular way the entire movie and then changes, it just seems like it's not realistic because it's only convenient for the story. Now, it could be a situation where one character sees another character a particular way, and that perception is what makes us feel like this character is a particular way. Stick with me here. But when the first character is not in the picture and that character still behaves that particular way, then it feels like a betrayal when they change for what seems like no reason. And that might sound confusing. I don't want to be spoiler about it. This is a non-spoiler review. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. And if you have, let me know in the comment sections below. Try to be nice. Don't spoil it for everybody. But let's have that discussion below and see if you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, my feelings with this movie was just kind of uneven. I think that there is really good things about it, but I think because of the way I walked away, because I left feeling unsatisfied, it's a movie that I won't look back on with good memory. Unless I'm talking about how how damn good Emily Blunt is as an actress, as well as Haley Bennett. For those who don't know Haley Bennett before this movie, they will know her after this movie. The Girl on the Train, I'm going to be giving 2.5 stars. And I think that's even kind of lenient. I would recommend it for all the book fans. Go see it. See if it compares to the book. I'm not going to tell you that it's not a good book. I've not read it, but just because you've read the book, you like the book, that doesn't make the movie good. Remember that. And again, if anyone ever tells you, oh, you need to read the book, that's not a good movie. But The Girl on the Train is a good movie. It's just not great. So go on, let me know how you feel about Girl on the Train down here in the comment sections below. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for all updates that I do with my 365-day movie challenge. Click those wide eyes for some interesting links and see what's going on in the world of chasing cinema. Never miss a video by hitting that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed this video, slap a like on it. Let me know how you feel about The Girl on the Train. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jacob Tiranno, and please continue chasing cinema.